dear viewers, welcome to yet another episode of our YouTube tutorial videos. So if you're joining us for the first time, this is Antech Build Solutions, your premier hub for all architectural design related video tutorials, and I will wish to ask you to kindly leave a subscription even as we are going on with the rest of the tutorial. So in this tutorial video today, we're going to discuss how you can be able to edit your roof pitch for any structural work that you are working on. It's one of the requests that one of our followers had made upon us, so we had no other option but to jump into it. So I have a sample design that I'm working on here, and I just want to take you through the 3D impression of this design, and we want to see how we can be able to work with different pitches of the roof and to see how we are able to customize it based on the architectural needs of the house and even to the relevant structural details as outlined in the SE's preference. So the first thing that we're going to do is to simply go to the 2D floor plan, and we are going to select the roof, the entire part of it. So we'll just hover our mouse around the roof, then once that is highlighted, we'll click on it, then we'll go to the menu here on the roof, then we'll click on that, and this dialog box of the roof selection settings will simply appear. And the next thing that we'll do is simply go through each and every element and see where we are able to customize our roof pitch. So in that particular line, we'll select the geometry and positioning. Of course, that is where the roof alignment needs are preserved. So then the next thing that we'll do is simply select the roof pitch part of that particular dialog box, and it has been indicated this is where it is. So from our design, you'll realize that it is reading 35. So in most cases, an ideal pitch will always be around 30. So but I simply just worked with 35 for aesthetical reasons. I believe you can see from my 3D that the roof pitch looks fair. Yeah, so we'll work with another one that sample. For example, let us look at 45. So we'll just type in 45 and then click OK. Then head to the 3D panel, select, and you can be able to see how that will be able to be changed. Of course, the fascia board will change because it was aligned based on the previous pitch of the roof that I was working on. So you can see how for your 45 looks like very high, and in most cases it depends with the preference of the designer that was in place, and also for the roofing expert who will be doing your roof. Then also another thing that I wish to say is based on the aesthetical preferences that an architect will want. So they will go with the 45, they can go with the 35, but just as I've said, an ideal pitch for that part is usually 30. But based on how we're doing it, you can be able to see that each and every one of them has their tests. So you can see how 30 looks like. That is 30 for you. So for me, I think 30 looks more shady. So that is why I preferred working with 35. Of course, 35 now is a balance between the ideal 30 degrees and the 45, which as you have seen looks more high. So I'll still revert to my 35, and then see how that looks. Yeah, so that is my 35, and I believe from your end you can see that it looks fairly reasonable. It looks appealing. For me, it ticks all the boxes. Yeah, so that is what I wanted to show you for today. and just as one of your users did, please you can inbox me any of your questions. You can inbox any of your comments or any tutorial that you wish me to do in this channel. So thank you, and see you in the next video.